We are live. Perfect. All right, let's go. Connection is great. And it's time to start. So I was working on this riverbed. On the edges of the river, was getting some foliage down. And here I would like to cut a path to go through this area right here. Nice. Some good morning music. Start the day. Okay, check. So maybe a little bit too loud. That's better. Alright, good morning. Let's continue with this jungle. Okay, so here I want to cut off some grass from this area, and I'm going to do that with the PCG graph. Just going here, and I'm going to go into the jungle PCG, but first I might just create the spline, a new little spline. With the modeling tools, going to draw a spline, but I need to hide the plants before I do that by going to the jungle, hiding the plants, and then in the modeling tab I will draw a spline just so I can get this vegetation off this path. I'm gonna make a little spline, something like that. And then I'm gonna loop it so it closes the spline. Okay, I'm gonna accept to create the spline, press G to see what I did, and I'm going to basically move it around a little bit, modify the points. Super nice. And once I'm happy with this spline, I'm going to add it to the PCG graph and cut some vegetation from it. Okay, that's a little better.
Hello.
Hey, Head, how are you? Good morning. It's time to do something cool. I got the vine going, super nice. And this spline, I'm gonna call it SP Jungle Trail. Copy the name, go to the tag, add a tag, and double check if I did it right there. Good. Now on the PCG graph, I will add a spline for the trees and the grass. So I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna cut the grass right there with this spline, and I want to cut, let's see, bushes as well. maybe I want to cut the bushes first. Let's see. Maybe break this link. I wanna cut these bushes and see what plants do I have there. We have the palm, the cover, patch. These are the ones that I want to cut. And also I would like to cut the trees in this little spline path. Okay, so now once I have everything, I'll just save it and connect it and see if it works. It's gonna take a little bit to recalculate. And seems like it's not working. There's something I'm doing wrong with the splines. I guess instead of like, yeah, I always keep doing the same. I like to just copy the node and change the name, but it kind of like doesn't like that. I think I'm just gonna make a new node, right? Like, so just get spline and then go to all actors and then just by tag and add the tag name to that. And I'm going to just copy now this new spline and put it here, because it really doesn't like that. When you copy one spline and change the name, it, I don't know, for some reason doesn't like pick it up. Little things that I'm learning along the way. Now let's see if it actually cuts the little grass in there. Okay, it cut the tree, but it's not cutting the rest. If it is not cutting the rest, it's because it's too close to the points of the spline. So maybe I just need to move the spline a little bit farther away, because it has like a radius that it reacts to. So maybe I can just move the spline a little bit to cut these little pieces of leaves. Let's see if it works. So they don't grow like on top of the bridge. Let's see. Maybe something like that. Okay, let's see what happened. Okay, spline is working, but the points are not on the right path. Is this part of the grass maybe? That's why it's not cutting it? That might be the problem. So again, when you have a lot of nodes and layers in your PCG, just make sure that you actually connect the spline to the one you need, which in this case I think is grass. Let's double check the static mesh spawner, which is tropic cover 1 and tropic grass 1. Maybe that big thing is the grass. that I'm not cutting. Let's see if it works now. With this new spline here. Okay, now we got rid of that grass. Okay, that's great. It was on the grass layer. Okay, so now we can actually play with the spline, make it a little smaller, make it closer to the bridge, and then we can also just add a little bit of hand placement just to make it super nice. And we have a big palm tree just in middle of the whole thing. Which for some reason needs to get cut, but it's not getting cut. Which is part of the palm tree, banana tree, coconut, palm tree. Yeah, it's here and it's not getting cut by the jungle trail. Which is very interesting because it's supposed to just get cut. I'm starting to believe that I might go faster if I don't use PCG. I'm starting to really believe that I can hand place this way faster. With the foliage tools, I might be able to just go way faster. It's and I might get better results, more like. Yeah, sometimes like you're fighting with one little tree that is just spawning where you're not supposed to have it, and it's takes a lot of time to just get rid of that one tree instead of like moving it with the foliage tools or painting with the foliage tools. I'm like, I don't know, I might not use PCG that much. It's really taking a lot of time to get something nice. I see like the benefits, right? Like you can really do super big areas, fill them in super quick, super nice. But again, we come back to this thing where I don't have that many assets. That's one thing, right? I don't have that many assets, and it's very stylized, and it's actually, this is one thing I was like very analyzing about World of Warcraft. They don't have that many assets. They just keep on putting them in a very interesting way, and it feels like very hand placed and everything. Now we got rid of that palm tree. Nice. So I'm thinking like, is PCG really the best solution for this kind of environment? It could be, but I do need to be like very specific about it, like very specific. Almost like control each kind of like mesh by itself, and then it comes to the point where I'm like, maybe just foliage tools will be nicer. But yeah, might as well just try it. It's good because like, you know, like if somebody asks me to like change something, I can do it like quicker, I guess. you don't get like married, like you don't get like stick to something. You can like always change things around, which is kind of nice for iteration. I think that's the powerful thing about PCG. For art directing and iteration, I think it works great. But again, sometimes you have this little one tree that doesn't want to like work and it's like no. And if you like randomize the seed or the noise or the density, like then everything changes and you mess like very nice placements that you had before, and it's like I don't know. Well, at least we got that going. Okay, I like this. Nice. That's much better. Okay, so I placed these rocks yesterday, so it kind of like divides the jungle environment from the rest. I kind of felt that it was like nicer to just block the entrance of the jungle somehow, so it doesn't feel like it's completely open to the rest, because this is a very different biome. So I kind of want to like do the same here as well, just add some little kind of mountains, and then we can have some blend between this kind of foliage and this other foliage. But I kind of like to have this hard separation. The question is, how can I make the character walk through here? I think in a maybe, yeah, I need to think about the player actual path, about the level design of the game as well, because really we cannot go through the water. We need to like find another way. So the bridge is right here, so I'm gonna make a little entrance, I guess. Yeah, just make a little super tiny entrance from here. I kind of like those kind of like very tall, like narrow paths right here. I'm gonna make very narrow entrance to the jungle. Great. And this entrance to the jungle will have a lot of vines growing on top. Really like that thing. Okay, so here I want to go back to the PCG, which these nodes I need to I need to clean up these nodes a little bit, because it's getting a little spaghetti, like spaghetti nodes. So I'm gonna go to landscape, sculpt, add a ramp, and just first I need to select the landscape I want to work on, then landscape, then sculpt, then ramp, and then boom, I can create myself a little ramp that I'm going to use like that, and then I'm going to create this ramp, add ramp, okay, and then I'm going to go to smooth, make the brush bigger, Gonna smooth this out a little bit. Nice. Okay, cool. I'm gonna add another ramp to kill this little area that is just going underneath the rock, to flatten it out a little, and then I'm going to smooth again, maybe with a softer brush, just a little bit. There you go. Okay, cool. Now we have a more nicer entrance. The land is a little bit twisted, which is not bad. A little bit crooked, which is kind of interesting. And here I kind of want to like let's turn the PCG on, which is important to see where I should place everything else. And I'm going to add a lot of vines and make this interesting. Okay, nice. So all this area I can start like painting foliage with the actual foliage tools, and we can make that transition between one environment to the other. That's super nice. This river, I need to block it with some rocks, and here we are having some issues not connecting the river. We can also add some rocks or maybe move the thing. Okay, so I'm going to go and add the BP spline, the jungle vine. There you go. So I'm just gonna place it here, and I'm going to come here and a step, it's like 0.5, then plank size, which I need to change the variable name for vine separation or vine count. It's gonna be 5 as well, and that gives us this kind of super nice effect, which I'm actually just going to copy and try to place it in different ways. And I do need to place this in I think a little bit closer to the ground.
Why is it called a building if it's already built?
That's a good question. That's funny. Hey, how are you? It should be called build. Hey, let's go to the build.
Good.
Yeah, language sometimes doesn't make sense that much. We can change this number a little bit to get variation.
On the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing, face with tears of joy.
We can change this a little bit, so we can have less vine somewhere, more there, a little bit there. We can make it like more different.
Whoever just said that.
If you guys are on different streams, I'm streaming like horizontally and vertically. So I think Head is looking at the horizontal stream and you are on the vertical. So you can hear each other on the voice with the voice bot, but you cannot see each other messages. That's a problem with streaming on both shorts on vertical form and horizontal form.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm doing this new strategy because it's really nice to get like new people interested in the stream. It's you get a lot of people just scrolling through shorts and they find you that way. It's kind of nice. I had a bunch of
Hand with
viewers.
fingers slayed, hand with fingers slayed, hand with fingers slayed.
Yeah, I had a lot of people watching yesterday from the shorts feed. That was nice. They actually asked me to do this Vine spline, this Vine blueprint. I like this. It's kind of like I don't know. I'm missing something. I don't know. Maybe is it fog? What I'm missing? Like I learned that we had this local fog in Unreal Engine. I don't know if this is a new thing or something. I remember this not being there before. We can actually have like local fog, which is just a sphere. And inside this sphere we can make it foggy, and it's super nice because we can actually add some fog to just these little areas, right? You see, we don't want to be like too crazy with this, but we can add a little fog, which is gonna make it interesting. It's like, oh, okay, we are stepping into the jungle area. Okay. Okay, I think it's time to actually make this look amazing, and the only way to make this amazing is hand placement with foliage tools. It's time. Yeah, I was waiting for this moment because I'm kind of like a little bit tired of PCG for now. It really doesn't give me that art direction I want. I'm still gonna use it a lot, for sure, but I do need to get some nice detail. Let me add a new filter called foliage, which is on right here, foliage, and then I will be able to pick up all the foliage actors, and I would like to start painting. Maybe I like let's add this one, this little grass, Linda Selva. So Denise, how are you? My cousin is looking at the stream. Yeah, I'm working on this little jungle area, and here we need to add like a little settlement, and like it's getting huge. Like, look at this, Denise. It's a huge. We're gonna have some waterfalls, then we're gonna have some volcano, and then it's we have this other area, and here we have Hey, the real Slash, how are you? And here we are gonna have this little thing right there, which is a very nice cave. I lost the bookmark for this cave actually. Let's place it back on. This is like the molten core of this environment. That's how you call the lava dungeon in World of Warcraft. Okay. Okay. It's gonna be called melted core. And here I want to have like a burned forest and stuff, and a bunch of like.
What does self meaning?
It means a beautiful jungle, beautiful jungle.
Oh my god, I already want to go to adventure in party.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what this game is going to be. Then I finally got into a Discord group with the team, and we do have a programmer, and they're just trying to figure out what are they going to do, if they're going to use a template or if they're going to program everything with C++. But I think we have a very good programmer, so it's gonna, I think we're gonna make something interesting. For now, I'm just trying to build like an interesting world and see what happens. It's time to paint some foliage. Let's see. Let's make this a little bit smaller. I want to actually just try to get some of this here to make a transition between this path and the other one. The good thing with foliage is that you can paint a lot of it, and then you can start like cutting out and like really trimming out the thing, which is super nice. It really gives you that artistic kind of like art direction. It's like, nope, that's too much, I can cut it out. No, that's too little, I can move it. One single foliage you can move around, scale. It's so nice. Like, I kind of want to get back to foliage painting. It really needs some of it, this environment. And then you can also just paint foliage.
I hope it will be a multiplayer that I can play with my family face purple white eyes.
It's going to be a multiplayer, Dennis, for sure. Yeah. That's the only thing I know, basically. The only thing I know about this game is that it's going to be online, and it's gonna be an RPG and a multiplayer. That's all I need. All I know. I'm not really sure exactly what else they're trying to make, but yeah. As soon as I get the environment done, I will start creating like little creatures, and we will start making like a lot of interesting things. Okay, so I'm going to go to landscape, and I'm going to paint a little bit. I want to paint some soil, so I'm gonna.
Oh my god. Sue, good news.
Yeah.
Why are you filming vertical?
Hey Einar, how are you? I'm doing a vertical, like first of all, because the viewport is bigger. I have all the menus to the right, and if you are looking at the shorts feed, I have two streams going on. We have the vertical stream and we have the horizontal. So if you are more interested in
I
the
can only see middle of stream.
yeah, you need to go back to my YouTube. Hey Gui. You need to go to my YouTube channel, and you can choose between horizontal or vertical. If you are looking at this through the shorts feed, it's gonna be vertical, but if you go to the YouTube channel, you will be able to pick up the horizontal, and I have all the menus to the right of the screen, so you can see what I'm actually clicking on and doing inside the engine. Yeah, it's just that I'm streaming vertically, so people from the shorts feed can check the stream as well. I'm getting a bunch of people interested that way, because there's a lot of people just watching shorts and they come by and they're like, oh, it's
What
very nice.
type of game is it?
This is going to be an open world a multiplayer RPG that I don't know much about yet. I was just asked to create an environment, so we don't have much information yet on this game. It's gonna be a low poly style game, and basically, yeah, you will be able to change your armor, kill different like enemies, and like do missions, and like, yeah, I don't know much yet about this, but hopefully it's gonna be very interesting, and I really wanna start creating some very cool.
Love low poly.
Yeah, I like this like Lego style kind of low poly. It's so nice because you can like.
When will you get into the optimization stage?
It's a long time. It's gonna be a long time since until I get into the optimization stage. This is just the let's call it blockout stage. I'm just trying to get something interesting on. Okay, this is bugging because I have the PCG, and every time I touch the landscape, the PCG goes like the procedural content generator. It goes like, oh, you're recalculating the landscape. Oh my god, it kind of bugs out. So as soon as I have all the environment set, because this is going to go through a lot of like art direction changes, I guess that as soon as I have like something kind of like block out enough, like finished enough, I think I will have a lot of feedback, and I will be like, oh, I need to change this, I need to modify there. So once we have like everything placed, we will start with optimization, which is not gonna be that much optimization. I guess it's gonna be like, oh, let's make the foliage move a little bit less, or let's just tweak some settings, and make everything nanite, and let's think about lighting, maybe not make it dynamic, just baked, stuff like that, like very simple things. I don't think it's gonna be that complex to optimize. Maybe we can do the same thing that World of Warcraft does. So we're gonna have like a light cycle, but it's not gonna be a dynamic light cycle. It's gonna be a bake lighting for midday, bake lighting for afternoon, bake lighting for night, bake lighting for dawn. How do you say it when the sunrise? I mean, and then the game will interpolate those. And it's gonna look like dynamic lighting. It's like cheated dynamic lighting, a little bit more like how Unity works. Like basically, Unity has a combination between dynamic and baked, but I think that's the biggest bottleneck. Lumen. I don't think we are gonna use Lumen in this because it's just a very performance heavy. Lumen is beautiful, it's great, but I'm not really sure like if we need that at all. Nanite is a must. We are going to use Nanite for sure. Even though we have very low poly assets, and Nanite doesn't like.
Cool that you're streaming the process. Cool to see, and best of luck to you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to stream the whole process. It's very nice. I'm getting actually very good feedback from people as well, like which is great. And it's always nice to go back and see the process and make like time lapses and stuff. My internet was very bad like this past week, so I couldn't stream much, but I'm trying to like keep a steady schedule and really try to stream the whole process, so I get everything recorded and I can make time lapses, and it's super nice to just stream. I really like it. Also hanging out with people and having ideas and stuff, it's super nice. sometimes they recommend other games or other like real life environments. For example, like, hey, why don't you check the rivers in Indonesia? Like, you can make something like that. I'm like, oh, it looks very cool, and stuff like that that I can implement into the game. So it's always nice. Like, the more people see this, the more feedback I get, and the better the outcome will be, right? Yeah, sorry, it's so laggy. It's yeah, it's because I'm painting the the ground, and the PCG is like, nope, I don't like when you touch the landscape. But I do need to see where the trees are, right? Because I'm painting a little path. So it's kind of, yeah, PCG, this procedural content generator, it's super powerful, but it has its things that I'm trying to really learn how to deal with. So I'm making just a little path. It's always nice to make a little path in the floor so the player knows where to go. Doesn't need to be too obvious, but at least needs to tell the player, like, oh, you can walk through here. You're not gonna run into like a wall. Nice. Just a little bit of this, and then we get into this settlement. And in this settlement, I kind of want to set dress a little bit. Oh, oh, it's just getting stuck. And here I do want to like add a little bit of this, a little bit like that. Okay, cool. That's kind of nice. Nice. Yeah. Another thing I like to do whenever I have fire. Okay, let's change this to selection mode so we can actually see what's going on. Oh wow, it's getting a little stuck. There you go. Now we are better. As soon as we leave landscape mode, it starts actually working much nicer. Alright, so we have this thing that you can go on. Another thing I like to do it's to add a little light. Let's see, do we have a point light? I can just
Looking real nice.
I appreciate it. Hey, Vendant. I want to see if we have a point light, which is I think this one. Let's see, F. Oh no, this is let's just create a new one. I'm inside the lava caves. Okay, I kind of need to go back to the jungle. Where is it? Right here. And I kind of need to just create a new point light to make the fire kind of like spread some actual yellowish orange light outside this. So you have like this kind of, and then we can animate that so it moves like the fire and stuff. That'll be super nice. So let's just get like an orangey kind of color, and maybe we can make it a little bit like that, and we can make it like a little blueprint that goes like, and it goes with the fire animation a little bit. That'll be super cool. Those little details I'm gonna start making eventually, like animating all the little things, making the clouds move, and making everything like a little bit more, a little bit nicer. And actually this thing for now, just to save a little bit on performance, I guess I'm going to just take the shadow off. Just for now, I'm gonna cheat it out without shadows, just so we get that kind of thing, which is maybe not the right way to do it, but just I wanted to have that glow, that orange glow, makes it feel much nicer around the fire. So we can keep on making splines to get a little bit of this foliage off the trail. That could be interesting. Yeah, just with these little paths we can actually start getting something interesting. And here I kind of want to like let's go into actual static mesh, and here I kind of want to like, is this a static mesh foliage? No, just static mesh. There you go. So it lets me place a little bit of, let's do some hand placement. I kind of want to get this area a little bit nicer. Just so we can have something more interesting here. More palm trees, that'll be nice. Yeah, a lot of variation of sizes. We do really need a lot of variation of sizes to make it nice. We can also have like a little bamboo growing. Bamboos.
Does this already come with physics? Doesn't it weigh too much on the scene?
The thing that moves the foliage, it's a material, and it's a material on the leaves. The material, it's let me see if I can show you. This material, it's a is it called vector displacement? It's called world position offset inside your material. You connect these nodes. Oh, this is a little bit complicated, but it can be a little bit simplified. These nodes are a little bit too crazy. I've seen simplified nodes for this, but the thing is that it's a vertex color, and you basically moving the vectors on your foliage leaves, and this goes to world position offset, and it makes them kind of wobble around. There are many different nodes you can use to achieve this effect, and they just kind of move a little bit, which is kind of nice actually. It doesn't, if you get it to move too much, it looks like seaweed. It looks like everything's kind of like underwater, and I don't really like that. I've seen some acid packs that people go a little bit too hard with that effect, and it's like doesn't feel natural. But yeah, that's one way to do it. It's a very nice effect. You just need to be very careful not to overdo it, because then it looks kind of weird. For example, for the underwater, because we're gonna have underwater environments, which I'm very excited about. I really want to create like underwater caves and stuff, and we do have an underwater effect that I need to implement, which I guess it's as simple as just putting it into the post-process volume. I guess that's how it works. It's a post-process material, so you make a little volume, and whatever is inside that volume will look underwater. I think that's how it works. I need to check it out. I'm kind of missing some trees. Kind of missing some stuff in here. And also, it's always important to just keep the player on track and just add some super quick. Yeah, let's just add some stuff. Little torches everywhere, so you can see where to go. Doesn't need to be like very obvious. And here we have foliage on the path. On the path, we don't want that. We want to cut that out. So for that, we're gonna use some splines, and we're gonna start cutting out those. This is what I want, like a lot of shaded areas, a lot of areas that won't receive direct sunlight. I really like that. And this kind of fog looks very nice. Now it's time to cut out a little bit of foliage, add more rocks. I need more ruins. Like I need to actually add some interesting stuff. Because now we have only vegetation, but I kind of need to add like some like, that would be nice, like some stones with moss and like, but like handmade, like human made, like some like indigenous kind of like structures. That would be super cool. Like wow, it's super cool how like you fly around the world and it looks super nice, but once you actually get to the player size, it's like whoa, I cannot even see through this. It's like it's such a different experience to just Fabian Cambronero. Hey, what's up? How are you doing, Tuculo? Is the
waving.
So yeah, this is what we are doing. A very lush environment. This is what World of Warcraft gets very good. Like you can fly over the whole area and it looks beautiful, and you can go down into the like player size and it still looks nice. Having those both, it's amazing. It's like really nice to have those things working out, because sometimes it works only from one side, but when you get working it when you get to work it from both, it's so nice. Yeah, I kind of want to yeah, I'm just gonna like, just gonna go crazy and start adding stuff. And that's a good thing about like digital art, like you can always go back. So let's actually paint some foliage. We have a line right there that I don't like. What is this? What? The river's just breaking in here? Oh, we have a spline problem here. Okay, we're gonna fix that eventually. I was yeah, sometimes for open world games, like it's so common to find like little things like that. I kind of want to like change the size of this. Is there a way to actually change the scaling? Uniform, free. Okay, we have a minimum and a maximum. There you go. All these options are available in the PCG, in the procedural content generator, but basically all they're doing is combining splines with foliage tools. Basically, that's PCG. So let's try to actually change this from 1 to 5 so we can have a bunch of variation in the size of the foliage. Yep. And here also let's add 3, and this one can be also 5. So if we select all of these and then just paint, I think I'm going to be able to get some crazy foliage, which is now a problem because the density, it's too much. So we need to change the paint density to 0.01, which is kind of nicer, but it does not allow us to what I like to do the most is just go to the single paint, and then I go cycle through selected, so I just paint one little foliage when I want it. That's the best way to place foliage. You can just really get in the zone and just start clicking, and it will randomize the thing and give me one piece of foliage where I needed it. That's basically my favorite way to place foliage. Maybe that one is too crazy. So we need to adjust it to maybe 2.5. And the good thing about this is that we can always go back and erase, move, and just select them like individually. It's super nice. I kind of went too crazy with this. I'm gonna like make them 2.5. Yeah, I went a little bit too crazy with this. 2.5 is great. So we can have a variation from 1 to 2.5, because maybe we don't want them to be so big compared to the rest. Now we can actually start making this feel nicer and actually place things around the thing. And you see like things underneath the bridge, maybe not there, but here. And I think this workflow works much faster than actually PCG. It's just that PCG is such a pain sometimes. Like you see, I can paint exactly where I need on top of like even like static meshes and stuff like that, and like it's just very, very nice, especially for these rocks that have a lot of levels. Maybe I don't want to paint this little grass. It's just very simplified. I need more detail. It's just 3 triangles, which is not exactly what I want. Yep, and just like that, you start actually making something interesting. We have these leaves coming from nowhere. A lot of intersection and stuff happening. But it's okay. We're gonna clean that off eventually. Yeah, this works out very nice. I'm kind of happy with this workflow. Like PCG, just to get the basic kind of like feel for the environment, and then you start adding manually stuff, which it takes just a click. Like it really takes a click. It goes so much nicer and faster than PCG. And then you can combine PCG with foliage tools and hand placement stuff, and it really starts making something nice. I kind of wanna... Okay, it doesn't want to paint. When the angle is too steep, it doesn't want to paint the foliage, which is kind of nice. And I need to place the foliage a little bit in clusters. It makes sense for foliage to grow a little bit like closer together and have like little gaps in between. For example, all of this doesn't really make much sense. So when that happens, we can go to erase and just clean it up like that. You cannot do that with PCG. You need to go back to the graph and like change it and move a spline for like 5 minutes to actually get a change going. You know, it's not my cup of tea. Here I have like total control over everything. You see, I would like to just clean up the thing, but it doesn't let me because this is PCG. I need to go back, make a spline, cut it up, and making splines also is time consuming. So maybe it's time to just go back to the old school methods and use hand placement stuff, which it really gives you total control. But it's okay, I'm gonna stop talking about that. It's really nice to just paint foliage wherever you want it. Okay, so let's think about player. Let's talk about player level design a little bit, because sometimes you place a lot of assets and it looks very nice, but actually where is the player going to walk through? What is the player going to do here? Let's think about that for a second. This is just a static mesh. I can just move it like as I please. So let's push it a little bit around there. And let's see if I can actually put it around this area. Yep. All right. Yeah, I want some like very nice ruins around here. And like I want like a lot of like roots falling down from them. I'm not really sure exactly how to do that. I kind of need to simulate the roots and just freeze the simulation to get that effect of like roots actually falling down the structure. Okay, this palm tree it's on steroids. Maybe we need to actually make it smaller. And then I kind of need more little rocks and stuff. I kind of need to add more stuff. And well, I guess it's time to cut some foliage. It's so funny, like it's about like it's like a game of like placing foliage, cutting foliage, placing foliage. Yeah, I kind of want to get a good feel about this environment. I've been like just jumping around from zone to zone, but today I kind of want to just focus on this little area and try to get like a nice kind of finished, maybe not finished, but like better idea of what's the level of detail is going to be for the environment. Because again, like if you don't see enough progress in one day, you get demotivated. It's like, oh, I've been like working for 8 hours, but I don't see the progress, and it really bothers me. Like that's maybe the main reason people stop doing 3D or whatever. Because if you don't see the progress, it's like, you know, it's like playing a game and not seeing progress, right? It's like you don't want to play it anymore. You see, you put foliage right in the edges, you cut that straight line from the ground. Now it makes it feel nicer. Cool. Really like this. Yeah, foliage tools are super powerful. I like this so much. Alright, I think it's time to make some splines. Which I need to actually practice a little bit, because splines are also super powerful. It's just a matter of practicing a little bit to get them right. Thankfully, they work the same in mostly every program. Okay, that's kind of cool. Now we are having this bunch of repetition everywhere, which is kind of boring. We need to actually break down this repetition. But now we have like we have some kind of like path. It goes around, starting to like actually feel nice. We have some things here. We have a floating bridge, which makes no sense. We need to place at least a horizontal piece of wood so it actually holds, because yeah, we don't want that floating stuff. We can make an arc, so if you actually go down here, you can actually I was trying to make a riverbed, and here we need the post-process volume to actually see underwater. Okay, here I'm going to start creating the spline. So usually what I do is go to PCG jungle, and I'm gonna just turn it off. Nice. So all of that was procedurally generated And now I want to cut everything that grows on this little soil path. To do that, I'm going to go to modeling, draw spline, and I'll try to create a little spline that goes this way. Maybe I need to make less points to control the spline a little better. Yeah, if you make too many points, it's gonna be a little difficult to actually get this going. So here I'm going to try to maybe push this around. Doesn't need to be exactly on the path. There's like actually you can go in a little bit, so we have some foliage right on the edge, and I think we can cut it around this area, which is here, and we can try to make it like that. And the good thing about splines, we can go back and modify them. So here we're gonna cut everything inside, which I will need to repaint inside of this because we're gonna lose all the foliage inside there. So let's see if I can actually get this a little bit nicer, like that. Okay, hopefully this will cut most of the things off, and we are almost there. And here we want to loop the thing so it's a closed spline. Okay, so let's save it. So let's press G to watch what we did. This spline I want to call, let's call it SP from spline, and let's call it Jungle Trail 2. Let's copy the name as it is. Just copy the name and go to tag. And in the tag we want to add a jungle spline too, right there. So we save it. Okay, and now we open the PCG node and yay, we're back. No, internet is hopefully hopefully today we will be able to stream, because internet is just okay. So we're gonna get this node, get spline. Oof, let me
Screen is off.
Yeah, it disconnected for a second.
Back on.
Yeah. Hey, how are you, McAfee? Yeah, hopefully we will be able to stream today, because internet has been just awful. Like, wow. I was thinking about going to my aunt's house, because I was like, I really don't like this internet. Bushes. Let's try to get this one off here as well, and let's actually get the trees off the road as well. I'm gonna clean up this. Yay! Okay, sorry guys, maybe today is not the greatest day for streaming once again. Oh my god. Well, I don't know. It kind of sucks. Like, imagine like being a professional streamer and like actually relying on the internet for your like day job. Wow, that will be super stressful. Like, if you get like disconnected, or I don't know, like your computer burns down or whatever, it's like, damn. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Like, I've been having like terrible like internet, but if it goes away I can still work, no problem. Like, I just streaming for
Never
fun.
mind. Now we know.
Yeah, I kind of, I don't know, like maybe it's there's something going on. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. No, don't tell me that today is gonna be one of those days. At least it's not disconnecting, because yesterday was like, internet came back, it went away. It came back, it went away. It was just Impossible. Whatever. As long as this records the process and uploads the video for me, that's all I need. Really not gonna stress about it actually. Let's see if it actually works. Let's wait for the PCG to recalculate. Okay. Get spline data and oops. Oops, maybe I didn't input the right name. It's funny how I get this wrong every time. Here I just need to actually get this one. Before I do that, let me just double check because we are having a lot of splines and I might get confused. Yeah, let me just cancel execution, stop regeneration, and see if it lets me move. Okay, so jungle camp 1, jungle trail 2, jungle river. Okay, jungle trail 2, that's the one we need. So we have jungle river, camp, trail 2, jungle trail, jungle camp 2. Okay, let's go with the trail one. That's the one. So camp, river, trail 2, camp 2. Okay, river, camp, jungle. Okay, and this one is jungle camp, jungle river, jungle trail, jungle camp 2, and let's add jungle trail 2. Okay. Let's force regeneration and see if it actually works. Force regeneration and save. And actually, we need to make the PCG jungle come back, make it visible. All right. Yes, we got our plants cut. We just cut the grass right here. Nice, we have a beautiful little path that we can walk along. Yay, nice. Super awesome. Okay, we have a nice tree right in there, and we lost some vegetation here on the center, which is totally fine. Because for this, I kind of want to like actually go and make this little thing like that. And what if we actually add a little bit of rocks in there? That'll be super fun. Like, actually we can just come here and be like, whoop. And then like, whoop. Just add a little thing. The rule of 3, just same prop 3 times, change size, rotate it, boom, and you have something interesting going on. Cool. Okay, nice. We have a little thing that blocks the vision a little bit. What if we actually add a little bit of that and a little bit of this? That looks much more interesting. Maybe a little rotation. These props are super good because I can like scale them and invert the shape, and it gives me totally different shape. It's like, what? Those are some very smart techniques for like low poly props. You can flip them by scaling, and it gives you a whole different shape. Like, these things you cannot do if your prop has actual textures. So this is some stuff you can take advantage of when making a low poly game. You can really bend and twist things around. It's super sweet. These rocks, this little rock, it does not belong. So to make it belong, we're gonna copy the material and just paste it. Boom. Good. Now it belongs. Okay. Again, we have big rocks, middle rocks, and we need the little ones, just the little tiny ones. and that makes much more sense. This comes from a God of War developer, environment artist. He's like, if you're placing rocks, remember to place big ones, middle ones, and small ones, and that goes for everything. Like, if you have at least 3 levels of detail, the brain goes like, oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And it just looks nicer. It's like a design a principle, I guess, like hierarchy, or I forgot the name of the design principle. And really doesn't matter. Yeah, it really doesn't matter how I place it. Like, okay, nice. I'm going to go to foliage tools, and I'm going to actually just keep on painting, just little things like that. Boom, boom. Less is more. Less is more. Always remember that. Nope, that doesn't make sense. That less is more, so it's nicer to just paint very thoughtfully. Like, just blend in the thing. Nope, that's too much. This one is intersecting. Actually, let's try to get something different here. There you go, that's nice. And here we might be able to add I was looking at Nagrand, the Burning Crusade zone in Warcraft, and it's just straight green hill with some trees and some floating rocks, and it's like, wow, this is the most simple environment ever. Like, what is this? Like, I can't believe people used to like look at that and say this is beautiful, and I was one of those playing that back in the day. I was like, oh, this environment is amazing, and now I look at it and it's like, what? It's actually very simple. Like, it's super simple. It's just the color, it's just the composition, it's just like little simple things that really makes it look so nice. But nowadays you look at it and it's like, for today's standards, it looks like, oh, it's kind of boring. It needs a lot more detailed. It really needs a lot of detail. So I'm trying to like really, let's make this little eraser smaller. Yeah, I don't like this one. Yeah, it looks nice. Kind of, this one kind of, no, it's okay. Nice. So I'm really trying to make something like, I'm not trying to replicate, but I'm really trying to like use their design kind of like thought process, and I'm trying to like really understand like how to make a big environment look like super interesting. But at the same time, I really want to like take advantage of Unreal Engine and Nanite and like go crazy with like add much more complexity. Even though we are going for a low poly style game, which it kind of goes hand in hand with World of Warcraft. It's a very low poly game. It just has like very beautiful hand painted textures that makes it like have that extra detail. But I think this environment is gonna be super cool, like for practice, for like level design and composition and like lighting and like actual color, because I have less tools to play with. For example, the textures are going to be very limited, and the detail of the props they're actually going to be very limited. So composition is gonna be super important here. Like, it's always important. So it's kind of hard to say, right? Like, the thing that I'm really enjoying is that I never done like a stylized something like this stylized. So it's gonna it's very cool, like not to not to deal with like textures. It really like that. Textures really bottleneck the thing. We do have some textures, but they're very simple. Most of them are just color. Yeah, I'm not gonna paint too much because it gets a little buggy. Yeah, don't wanna do this much. Okay, cool. Oops. Yep. Landscape tools and PCG, they don't get along. Nope. They don't like each other. Because of the surface sampler. There's a thing that is sampling every point on the landscape, on the terrain, and well, every time you move or modify the landscape, PCG goes like recalculating, and it's just doesn't let you work. You need to turn off the PCG, then work on the landscape, then turn back the PCG. And if you have multiple PCG nodes, like you won't be able to touch the environment at all, the landscape terrain. Okay, so now this looks super big.
I also have performance problems. Niagara, especially Niagara Liquid, and many guys don't like each other.
Yeah, Niagara can be super expensive for sure. Like, yeah, these are Cascade, these are old school particles, this flame. But I have the images, I can try. Oh, look at the light shining on the water, that's super nice. Which makes no sense at all. But it looks cool. Yay, now I'm liking this much better. Now it's feeling a little bit more like a jungle. I like the little points, I can see where to go. Yeah, Niagara, it's expensive. You really need to think about like where you need it, where you don't need it, how can you simplify it, how can you try to get rid of it in as much as possible. I guess you're making...
Wow, the atmosphere is truly there. Look way worse from top.
Yeah, right? That's what I was talking about. Like in WoW, in World of Warcraft, you are able to fly from the top. And it's like, oh, it looks beautiful. But in my game, like in this environment, it doesn't really sells. It's like, it's okay, kind of boring. But if you really go in there, and it's like, whoa, I'm just a little ant in this whole world. It's like, whoa, it really like surrounds you. So the question is, how can I make it interesting from far away and from up close? That's the real deal. That's where World of Warcraft like really shines, and they can make it work because they have very big props that look nice from far away. They have like very big props. That's the way. If I get like very nice like sculptures, like of like handmade kind of like what's the word, like ruins and stuff, and I make them very big from far away, you from up close you cannot tell what it is. But if you like fly, it will be like, oh, that's a face just like put in middle of the mountain. That's super cool. Like I see like a big hand in the middle of the mountain. But if you see it from up close, it's just like that's a rock. You know, kind of need to like study that a little bit more, because you know, from the player perspective, it kind of feels nice. Like it really gives me that sense of wonder. Like, hey, what's behind that mountain? Hey, what's behind that little tree? Oh, can I actually walk in there? Oh, can I actually go down this path? Oh, nice. I want to see what's up there. And so that's what I'm trying to create. And you create that sense of wonder by actually having multiple height variations and occluding or hiding the player path. You need to show a little bit, but not too much. You need to show enough so you're like, oh, I can go there, but I want to see what's behind. I want to see what's behind the grass. And it's very cool. Like I need to make a video on studying like World of Warcraft zones, because it's crazy, like the progression from like the first expansion to the last. It's crazy how they are really like get better every time with detail and like everything, just like, and the way they use color, wow, it's so powerful. Like color theory, like they really know what they're doing with the color. It just really makes it feel nice, which is something I need to like take advantage of, like try to copy some color palettes from WoW and try to implement them. Okay, so here I kind of want to have some ruins, so let's try to build something. Let's see what we got. So here I want to go into environment props, and I want to go to static mesh, and see what we have here. Let's see, I remember having some like nice ruins. I kind of want to add them here as well. Is it here or is it on the other pack? I think there were on the Polynature pack.
KGSL backpack. I'd love to only take a walk on that world.
Yeah, the backpack is super nice. You saw that thing? I'm gonna change the character and we're gonna make it like super nice. That the backpack will be able like to move and everything. It'll be super nice. Let me just play while I look at for the asset. I'm looking for these ruins that I want to place. Sometimes what I can do is just use a prefab that I actually built myself and just paste it and then modify it and change the textures to make it look like, you see, like I have this little mug in there, like for beer. I can make the mug move and stuff every time she moves, so that will be super nice. I'm not really sure like if they're gonna like add this backpack to the character, but you know, I kind of want to like, get into the mood and add it up so I can get a better sense of the low poly style of the game. It's funny how you can like spend hours just like playing around your game and not actually working. Which is good. Like I remember working in a studio where my art director was like, dude, you need to play your level, you need to play it every 5 minutes because you cannot actually see what you're doing. You need to play the game, you need to actually see how it feels from the player perspective. So it's good, but let's take it easy and actually play some ruins. So I'm just gonna play it smart, and this is how another environment artist from Ubisoft, he helped me out to, he's from the UNF Games YouTube channel, and he says that you should be able to create your own prefabs, for example this thing, and we should be able just to copy this and go like, we can go just Control C, Control V, and we should be able to just move this around, and we can group it.
Too cool to exist a demo, showroom of your work, like a walkthrough of every asset of your work.
Yeah, that will be very nice. I'm gonna create my own assets for this environment. I'm just trying to use the library we have because we have a lot of assets that I can use, and I want to take advantage of them. But when it comes to creatures, I want to create our own creatures for the game. So I want to make like toads that inflate their tongue, and I want to create like snakes and very interesting creatures, so we can actually make something very, very cool. So yeah, just copy paste this right there, and you see the color is not actually working, right? The color of these rocks don't belong in here, so no problem, because what we are going to do, let's just rotate this. This is what they do in World of Warcraft as well. They have like these prefabs, and you can see them like duplicated everywhere, but they are placed in such a smart way that it's very hard to tell. It's like It's just like genius, like how they like go around that thing. So here we're just gonna go end and end and end. Let me see, it's not dropping. Okay, we need some hand placement, no problem. We have some problem with the collisions, I guess. So it's just gonna be a matter of placing all of this in the floor, just enough so it feels like it's not floating. Let's go like this, and then let's start placing everything. Yeah, the idea is to create some very interesting things for this environment, and actually props. I want like flying vehicles and like war globes, like kind of like Avatar the 4, the Airbringer, you know, like the guy who controlled the 4 elements. They had like war globes like floating around, that kind of thing. I kind of want to really add those and create them my own, like make them original. And
I love to do some concept art and drawings for your creatures and characters in that world.
that'll be super cool. Yeah, that'll be super cool. I really wanna do some interesting stuff. And since it's low poly, we can really have fun with the animations. I want some like very cartoony animations, you know. I really want to have some fun with that. Since it's like stylized, we can do so much. Like I imagine like a big toad that just pulls the tongue and pulls you back in and spits you, and then like throws like acid at you, because we do have some toads in Costa Rica that can actually make you blind if you mess with them.
Love Avatar of Nickelodeon.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite cartoons back in the day. Such a nice, super cool stuff. It had a lot of messages behind the very positive messages for people. Okay, let's try to add more texture. Now we are in the jungle mode, yay! So let me find this asset right in the content browser and let's just start. And actually we can add it to the skull right here. If you allow me, right there, boom. Now we have some skull with this. And here we want, oops, right here. Here I don't know how to assign multiple material to multiple assets. Unfortunately, the property matrix does not allow for that. It allows for many other things, but not changing the material of multiple assets. I found another solution, but you need to like kind of use a code script, which I'm not gonna do that for 5 assets. If I had like a very big project with a lot of stuff, maybe I will go that route. But unfortunately, we don't have that in the property matrix. Maybe they will add it up eventually. Nice. So now we have those ruins, which are super cool, and I kind of wanna like also paint some foliage. Let's go landscape. And we're gonna go paint not landscape but foliage, single, and let's see if we can actually add some foliage. This foliage is huge. Oh my god, no, let's actually go smaller. Let's go 1.2 on 1.2, and let's go 1.2, and here, yeah, it's still huge. Why is that? Let's go 0.5 to 0.75. I wish I had like a global value. I can change everything. Which is kind of nice to modify them separately, but sometimes when you have a lot of foliage, it kind of gets a little bit. Yep, just to blend in a little bit the structure with the environment. I'm gonna grow a little bit of these things closer to the thing, right there, right there. Okay, cool. I kind of need more rocks in this environment. I totally forgot about the rocks. We need some rocks and some wood and stuff. A lot of wood debris on the floor. I'm gonna use PCG for that, just to scatter a bunch of wood in the floor. And I want like pieces of wood that are like hollow, so you can walk through them. That's super nice. Always nice to walk through a piece of wood. Yay, awesome. Yay, I like this. I like this. Super cool. Little structure, that's nice. And we can make it even more jungly. How we can make that? Adding some vines. Yay, my favorite. I have this blueprint that I modified from a bridge blueprint. I kind of make a little, made it my own. We have the vine spline one, and we have the vine jungle. I think this vine spline doesn't really, it's not really doing what I need, so I'm going to delete it. And I wanna go, is this the one? Jungle vine? Kinda looks weird. Yeah, this is the one. It doesn't like to be too short. Oh, I didn't know that.
Where is the second chat? I cannot find you on Twitch.
No, I'm not doing Twitch anymore. I streamed there for a month or something, and I got like maybe two people reaching me, like chatting with me, and I couldn't respond to the second one. I was super mad. In 1 month I had like maybe 1 subscriber and 2 interactions, so I said no, I'm not doing Twitch anymore. I'm doing YouTube vertical and YouTube horizontal. I'm not doing Twitch. Twitch is not my audience. Not my audience. I like YouTube audience. They are more into chill, slow, boring streams like mine. And they like to interact more with me in YouTube, because Twitch I had very bad experience, and you get this kind of like promotion people all the time, like, hey, we can boost your stream, and like, dude, I mean, like so I decided not to do Twitch anymore. I'm only doing YouTube, and I'm sticking to YouTube actually. I don't really like Twitch that much. Not just because I couldn't like get any followers or any interaction, just because the public that goes into Twitch goes for more like I show speed kind of thing, like overreacted, like over like adrenaline rush kind of streams, and like a bunch of nonsense in the chat, and it's just like a little superficial, let's say. And that's what the younger generation likes, I guess. But no, it's not my style. So I said like, no more Twitch. I was thinking on streaming on TikTok, but TikTok is the same thing. People are just like looking at 5 different things at the same time. The attention span is too low, and I said no, I don't think I'm going to do that. Also, I was posting in it's 5. There you go, 5. Nice. We have this kind of nice thing. Okay, so I was posting on TikTok and I was getting a lot of views, but none of them were interacting with me, and none of them were actually coming to my YouTube. So you cannot like use TikTok to bring people to YouTube. It doesn't really work that way. People like one platform and they stay in the platform. And actually the platform rules, they don't like it. Like if you promote your YouTube too much in other platforms, they're like, they push you back. It's like, oh no, this guy's just trying to steal our traffic to other platforms, so now we're not gonna promote that content. That's my kind of understanding of how platforms work. So point resolution, I want to make this little bit less, like, you see these 2 points, it's too harsh. Well, anyways, that's okay. Let's just keep it like that for now. Point resolution 20. Okay, it's okay. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. I want to add more of these little vines. Yeah, it really, I think I'm gonna stick to YouTube. I need to make more shorts, and I need to make them like high quality, not just like a quick time lapse with some music. No, I need to make an introduction video, like, hey, I'm on Real Habitat, I'm making this environment, come hang out in my streams and stuff like that. Because every time you get discovered through shorts, it's like an introduction to your channel, and I need to take that seriously because shorts are very, very important. I need to actually get all of these streams into time lapses and actually put them into my shorts, but give a little introduction and a nice voice over them, and I think I'm gonna get more people interested. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like I think that I'm just very happy with YouTube. Like, I think it's a very nice platform, like for what I'm trying to do. So I think I'm gonna just stick to YouTube and work my YouTube, and it's gonna be like it's gonna be nicer because it's a lot of work to keep up with all these other platforms. For example, Instagram, I don't do it anymore. I still have my stuff up there, but I haven't uploaded anything in there for a long time. So yeah, YouTube is the place now, and hopefully we're gonna get like YouTube courses. So I kind of want to like start making tutorials. I'm planning on making a tutorial on post-process volumes, and I'm planning to make a tutorial on how to make kind of like Vine spline blueprints like this, and how to actually make bridge splines, bridge blueprints. I mean, let's see, let's go 10 so we have more variation. And this spline kind of doesn't want to work if the thing is too short, which is not so cool. I was not expecting that. Yeah, this blueprint splines are so nice. Like, you can just create so much with this. Kind of works like that. You just need to like play a little bit with that. Yeah, it doesn't need to be. We don't need to have vines everywhere. Here I want to modify this a little bit. So plank size, let's go 10. Let's give less. And here also let's give less. Let's go maybe 20. There you go. We don't need to have that many. And I see when the points are when the thing is too short, it breaks too much. This is not great for very short spaces. So we can actually try to modify this. And this can grow in some other direction. It doesn't need to follow exactly the structure. It can actually just attach it here. You see, like, it breaks down when it's too short. Or off. No. Yeah, I just actually realized that usually well, to make this a little bit longer, we can attach it here and try to get it right there. That kind of works. That kind of works for now. Nice. So now we have this structure. I like this. We have this bunch of plants just growing horizontally, which is not so sweet. This is another problem with PCG. You see, like, if I go to PCG biome on jungle and I go to actual...
Are you going to create a game or just environments? Are you a game designer?
I know some blueprints, but I'm an environment artist. I mostly on these streams I'm creating an environment. This is for a client of mine, and we have a small team. And we actually got a programmer to work with us. For now, I'm not really sure what they're going to do with this environment. I think they're still deciding and stuff. So all I know is that they want to make an RPG, a multiplayer. So they asked me to create a big world for them, and I'm creating this environment. And I'm really trying to make it super interesting. And we can actually see, do we have the other, let's see, do we have the, something happened with the bookmarks. I think I messed it up. But yeah, we actually, we have this other ice area and stuff, like snowy area. It's huge, and then I have this desert and stuff that I need to work on, and the swamp environment that I kind of want to finish. Whoa, there's so much. For now, I'm just really trying to block out the thing. I like this area a lot. Here, I'm just gonna add a rotator, so we can like make it rotate and stuff. Some wind particles, like Wind Waker kind of thing. Style, but for now it's just I'm just trying to create something very interesting. Also, we want like underwater environments and stuff. So here in the transform points of the bushes, I want to change that to a absolute, let's see, absolute rotation. Let's see if that's the one that actually makes things go vertical. Let's see. Because we don't want anything like horizontal. The problem is if that I make it vertical, PCG doesn't work that well with very high terrain, because it makes things grow like this, and then it's just floating right there. So for the grass, I also want to go into transform points and go rotation absolute, and then it should make it go vertical, which makes much more sense. But sometimes it gives you that like floating.
This jungle reminds me to Hugo game. LOL.
Hugo game, nice. I need to check it out. Nice, we got some vertical foliage, and it actually looks very nice. Yeah, we got some vertical foliage now. A lot of intersection and stuff, but it makes much more sense. And let's actually, now that we are playing with PCG, why don't we actually modify the spline a little bit? I kind of want to make this little smaller and smaller, so we have some foliage actually growing in there. Let's see if it actually pops up. Yeah, I need to check that game. Sounds interesting. Yeah, we got some little foliage growing. Not that much, but we got some. If not, we can hand paint a little bit also. Yeah, let me see if... The problem is that with this, this is what I don't really like about PCG. It really, does not allow me to control this super nicely, and it's a little buggy. I kind of need to pause the regeneration, go back, and I don't have like real-time feedback of what I'm doing. It's kind of yeah, I guess I'm just gonna leave it like that and go hand placement. I will just go foliage and start painting with like this. Kind of like it more. Just to place assets by hand. The size is not right though. Let's see if I can select my foliage and actually go and make it like 2.5 and 1. So now we can have bigger foliage, and now I can actually place some interesting stuff. And we need like more rocks and more stuff. That will be super cool. You see, like along the thing, that will be nice, especially along the trees, so we don't have that intersection between the landscape and the floor and the right here is perfect. Boom, right there. Yeah, I can do this like all day long. I just need to start thinking about the settlements and actually the other details. This is just like a filler detail, and then which is important though, like, but kind of need to think about the camps and everything else. Add more rocks. I do need to add a lot of rocks, because I think I have enough foliage but not enough rocks to get more variation. I like these kind of like dark areas underneath the trees. Okay, so let's just make a little walkthrough and see how it feels. Also here, I think it's too bright. Let's find like a nice tree for this. I think we have a static mesh. I think I have like this big one that I really like, so I kind of want to like place it somewhere here so it gives some shade. Right in the rocks. That kind of makes sense. We have some shade there, and then I can like actually make another one here and make it super big, rotate a little bit, can I like twist it a little. The sun comes from actually this skybox is not connected to the directional light, so it doesn't really make sense. Skylight, where's the sky sphere? The sky sphere, and this, I think I'm just gonna rotate this and try to make it go that way, so it feels like it's aligned with the directional light. So if we have a shadow here, it means that the sun needs to be around there. There's a way to actually parent this to the directional light and make it actually move together, but now it makes more sense. We have shadows coming from here, so the sky sphere needs to be somewhere around there, like that. Like now it feels more natural. Yeah, that's great. Okay, this is more interesting. Now we have some trees going along. This poor root just got caught. Maybe let's find a nicer root. Okay, I like this. Okay, let's walk around and see what else can we add. Yeah, it feels nice to slow down a little bit. I think I was rushing too much with this environment. Oof, my mic was totally faced the other way. Oh my god. Yeah, I think I was actually rushing too much, and it became a little bit overwhelming because I was adding too much, but not actually detailing anything. Especially the swamp environment. I had something very cool, and then I kind of broke it, and I kind of want to go back to the swamp environment and really make it nice. The road is too narrow. It's too wide. I mean, I need to like actually make it smaller to feel more like more interesting. We can actually add rocks to try to cut down the area a little bit. This looks like a surfboard. Actually, not really happy with this texture. I might change it. Yeah, this looks like a surfboard. I haven't seen a plant like that yet. Oh, it's funny. Yeah. There's a lot of torches, which is kind of cool, but we don't need that many because it makes it feel less less of a how do you say it, like a wild environment. It makes it feel more like, oh, somebody lives in here, somebody puts torches all the day, oh, somebody keeps the torches on all day long. We want to make it feel more like nobody has walked in here for a long time. It's nice to have player paths. It's important to have like paths that tell you, oh, you need to walk this way, you need to go that way. But you are free to just go wherever you want, which is also important to take in consideration. It will be nice to have a grappling hook. I love grappling hooks, so you should be able to like just go anywhere. Those ruins are super nice. Yeah, I like this. Maybe here you can find like a little treasure, and maybe we can have like a dig. Oh, we have a floating piece. Oops. This got stuck in the what is this? Let me just fix that super quick. Let's make it fall down a little into the ground. Pivot point is way off because this belongs to another piece, but I guess we can just place it there and copy the material, paste the material, and now it's part of the environment. Good, nice. Okay, little by little, making this feel much more interesting, much nicer. I do feel like I'm missing rocks. I kind of want to place some rocks now. Yeah, we do need to place a bunch of rocks. The question is, this is not the kind of rock I need. I need these other ones. There you go. Ctrl B to browse the asset. That will show you all the family of assets, and you can just start adding them like that. It's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to give you an idea of where I kind of need more detail, because it looks, you see, like here it breaks the whole thing. Now we have like a zigzag tuk composition, and then here I don't want to cut this thing because I can see through. This palm tree is like very big.
The fire torch can lead the player to important paths like a sign of civilization.
Yeah. Torches are great to lead the player, but if you put too many of them, it's like, like when somebody leaves like a piece of food like on the floor, and they just keep on putting them very close to each other, and like a little dog goes one after the other. It feels like the player also needs to we need to guide the player, but we cannot be too obvious, and that's the difficult thing about level design. Like, you don't want to be like, dude, do this, move here, go there, go here. You cannot be too obvious, because then the player will be like, dude, I'm like I kind of want to like do things of my own, like don't hold my hand through the whole way, right? It's like that sweet balance between how obvious can it be and how much can I leave the player just go by itself. It's kind of it's a very interesting science. Play a level design. It's very interesting actually, and it goes hand in hand with environment art. But we do need to understand that these are two complete different sciences. Like let's say two different skills, right? Like a level designer is totally different from an environment artist. In this case, I'm like an in-between. I'm in the middle of both of them because I'm thinking about the art, but I'm also thinking about the level design. It's kind of confusing sometimes. It's like I'm merging both of them because usually like bigger studios, what they will do is that they will block out everything with just gray boxes and very simple geometry, and they will give you like a layout, and then the environment artist comes with a nice concept art and nice colors and nice things, and they start building the assets and they start making this block out look beautiful. But they don't think about player path, they don't think about composition that much. Well, a little bit, right? But they think like literally about making things look beautiful, not much of the design of it. That's why they're called artists and not designers. And the other thing is called design because it needs to like actually have functionality. That's the difference, right? Because level design, you need to actually play it, but environment art, it's just a pretty picture, right? It's like, oh, it looks beautiful, great, that's a beautiful environment. But things get much more tricky when you actually need to make a player go through and make things have sense and keep the player entertained. And there's nothing more frustrating than getting lost in a video game and it's like, dude, I don't know where to go. yeah it's something that I struggle to understand, and I still trying to understand like where level design stops and where environment art starts. It's just like a very invisible line in between them. It's like it's very interesting. I guess it really depends on the I guess it really depends on the project itself. Like I guess it really depends on the type of project you are making. Some projects don't require that much of a level design. That's nice. I need more rocks. I need a lot of rocks, and those rocks look super nice. You see, like here, I see repetition everywhere. It's like boring. It screams like this is boring. I need to actually add more rocks and make things interesting. These rocks are amazing. Like these are my favorite rocks so far. They really work super nice for this environment. And again, this breaks the vision of the player and it makes you wonder like what's behind the rock, what's actually happening there. It will be fun to have like enemies hiding behind the rocks. So it's like you go and it's like boom, something appears. Yeah, I really want to. That would be nice to have like different mounts and like flying mounts that you can go around. That'll be super cool. Wow, I love how quickly I can place these assets. These are low poly. The computer just like processes them instantly, like boom. Super. This is nice. This is very fun to work with. just breaking up the little thing. And here we have some boring stuff happening. We need to actually break that up a little bit more. And we have another one which was, no, this is not the one I'm looking for. We had another piece which was perfect for this. Was it this one, I guess? Oh, it came with a foliage. Oh, nice. And we can just put it down there. Nice. Different levels, just to break down the river a little bit more so it doesn't feel like a straight road. Nice. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. You see, like, I'm getting, that's what I wanted, like really focus on a little area a little bit more, because yeah, I was like just scattering my energy everywhere, and I was not like actually getting any progress done. Now I feel like more happy with this area. Looks much more interesting, much happier with this. Oh yeah, we can actually get much more stuff. Here we can hide a little treasure right there. I really like that, hiding like little treasures around and stuff. Like, it would be nice to like be able to have be able to dig stuff. So you have like a little pile of soil in the ground, like shining a little bit, and then you like dig, and then you can find stuff. It will be super cool to have like you can like gather your own materials and build like armors and stuff. And then for the nicer armors, like maybe you need to go and kill like a dragon and get some scales and all the good stuff from RPGs. But it's also nice to study a lot other games and say like, well, what can I do in this game that this other game cannot do? You know, like, I would like to do something. Like, it can be just something like very simple, but for some reason the other game is not actually focusing on that little thing. And it's like, hey, I would really like, I don't know, to be able to fight enemies on my fly mount. Or I would really like to be able to fight from my horse down there, which is something that I've seen, like, obviously in other games, but that's the idea, like, actually try to find interesting things that you wish you had in other games. For example, the underwater exploration, that'll be super awesome. Which, I mean, like, if you think about it, like, World of Warcraft, it has done it like almost all. It's like they have like everything. But they don't have grappling hooks. Well, they do. It's just for very specific locations. I would like to have a grappling hook that attaches to everything. Like, doesn't matter. You can just go on, like, you can go whatever place, and if you get stuck, you can like go back to the town with a little kind of magic rock or something. But that'll be super fun. Grappling hooks are so nice. Alright, okay, that's cool. Enough rock placement. Yeah, it really adds up a lot just to add little rocks. yeah, I'm getting much more comfortable now with these tools. It's really a matter of combining them properly. Because trying to do all of this only with PCG will be crazy. So there's nothing like hand placement. I really like hand placing assets. It really gives that artistic feel to it. And yeah, this is kind of cool, but I don't like the textures. Let me change that super quick. Let's actually go here. Let's duplicate this material. Let's place it there, open the material, and when it comes to the green thing, oh, I need to actually modify the master material, which is going to be a is it this one? I guess. Let me see what I'm referencing here. It's called M wood moss. So this M wood moss I'm gonna duplicate, and I'm actually going to delete this one, which is gonna get this tree off the texture. Okay, yep. Maybe Unreal doesn't like that. Okay, and I want to get this one, which is gonna be like jungle moss. Let's call it jungle moss, because the jungle moss is gonna be more like a green color, more like what's the word, vivid kind of, not like a swampy one, but more like this kind of color. And then I kind of need to saturate it a little bit, make it darker. Yeah, let's try that one. Okay, so I want to create an instance. Right click, create material instance, and then I will just place it here, and then I want to copy the settings from this other material, which are -1 and 4.5. Okay, so I'm just gonna activate blend bias, -5 and 4.5. There you go. We're getting something. Okay, that's kind of cool. The color is not what I really need, so I'm going to go back to the master jungle moss, and let's actually make it darker. This wood, I want to make it darker. Good. And now this green color is not actually what I was trying to get. Let's try to get something more like that. Let's see how it looks. Okay, let's go on lit mode, because I'm not able to sample colors with the light on top. Let's just try to get something like that. Okay, let's go save. Let's go lit mode. Still little. It's not the green I need. Like, where's the green I need? I kind of like wanna darker and saturated and more like very slippery moss. Wow, I'm not able to get this right. It kind of makes more sense, looks more jungly, but yeah, it's okay, it's okay. I think it's the blend between the two that it actually modifies the color, plus the light, everything modifies a little bit the color. Let me just make it darker, maybe that will help. It's the blending and the light that really doesn't let me achieve the same color. But that kind of works. Let me just try a better blending. This, let's see if I go like, that's nicer. Yeah, more moss. Almost just a little, yeah, just like that. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. For such a big asset like this, maybe it's always nice to try something out. What if we come here and duplicate this asset and then change it, change the instance? And what if we go to modeling tools and then we go to model, where is it, X form, I lost it, mesh, remesh, and I think that's gonna triangulate it differently. Is that actually going to give us more? No, it doesn't really. No, it's not really gonna change the angle of the thing. I kinda need to I mean, we can try something super quick. What if I add more polygons? And then what if I go to deform and then displace? Alright, we got this very weird stuff happening. And then what if I go what is this? This is crazy. Okay, that's super cool. We can use that for the swamp environment. Let's go into Perlin noise, and actually let's just go subdivision 1. Looks very weird. Displays intensity. I want to go 1. Gives a little bit of different texture. Doesn't really look nice. Not so happy with this. Let's see what else can we actually play with. Random seed. Weight map, no. Okay. Displacement intensity. Let's try 1. Doesn't really feel nice. That kind of works. It breaks it down a little bit, like, because it's such a big prop. I kind of want to add it more detail, but not too much. So let's check the settings. Displacement 2, subdivision flat. We can change it to PN triangles. Doesn't really do anything. Subdivision 1 and displacement intensity 2. Perling noise. Okay, let me just save these settings so I can modify other trees in case I need it. Okay, that's good. Let's just save a little screenshot. That's it. Let's save. Cool. Kind of cool. Yep. Since it's such a big prop, I don't want to have it like totally flat, and it still goes with the style, but it's a little different. Just a little different. That's nice. That's the good thing about low poly props. We can use the modeling tools to actually play a lot with them. We can actually modify them very easily and get some very interesting stuff. For example, I did the same with this tree. I just created roots for it because I was placing this prop and it had no roots, and it looked very flat and weird from the bottom, especially in this kind of angle, this situation where it just like it's kind of like coming off the mountain. So I changed that and it looks much nicer now. Alright, this is great. Okay, I think it's time for me to take a little break and come back. I need to get some food, and I think we got some progress. This is what I'm going to do, just focus on little areas and keep on actually making them nicer, because if I keep on jumping too much, I don't really, it becomes a little bit overwhelming, and I don't enjoy it that much. For example, this area, I really want to work on the swamp environment. I really want to work on this area. I had something very interesting going on, then I changed the terrain and things just didn't work out, and then the lighting changed and I kind of lost the mood I had. So I'm kind of really want to come back here and actually get something cool, because this is not actually the lighting I want. It's too bright. The post-process volumes are also not working properly. I have some priority issues that I want to fix, and yeah, I really want to come back here and finish this area, add some candles, add the proper lighting, get the collisions of the foliage, and actually put some stuff over the thing so it looks more like closed, and yeah, make the mushrooms glow a little bit and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot to do here, but this area I really like. I still don't understand why the post-process volume is playing tricks on me so much. Yeah, this is the tropical main, which is unbounded, is actually overlapping the let's actually try to put all of these under lighting and all of these into a folder called Volcano Jungle to have things more organized. Now I don't get these ones, and the Viking Island one I actually want to put as well in the lighting tab. Great, now I have all the post-process together and I can actually see what's going on. This tropical volume, tropical main, is the unbounded one, and you see, like, it really comes in and breaks what's the word, I forgot the word. Basically overrides this one, so it's not supposed to do that, because this swamp environment, if I go to the priority settings under the post-process volume, right here, and I check the priority, it's 0 on both, meaning that the higher the number is gonna be the higher priority. So let's see if I can change that to 1. Now it works. Okay, I think I had that setting wrong. I kinda need to close the project and load it back on, because when I did that, it messed it up for me. There's something I'm doing wrong with the priority. Hopefully this fixes it. I was talking to somebody yesterday and he was like, yeah, it's just the priority numbers. You need to be very careful and have those set properly, so you don't have anything overriding your post-process volumes. Nice. Now I'm getting a better mood here. It's a little like, I like the bloom, like the glow effect, and it's a little darker. I want to make it feel a little dark, and maybe I can go even more dark. And I need to cover up the thing in here. I think I'm gonna come back and do this because I really want to get this going. These plants, I want to like make them. I will add a lot of vines and a lot of stuff, like a lot of things covering this area, so we don't have much light coming in. And let's now it's working. Now I can go to swamp exposure, and then I can go -3. Yeah, that makes it darker. It doesn't look nice on the viewport at all, but if you play, it changes a little bit as well. That's the tricky part about lighting and post-process volume. Sometimes it looks totally different when you play with your character. Because the camera settings of your player character interact with the post-process volume settings, I guess. It's kind of need to research that better. Okay, now it looks much darker, but not cool at all. Yeah, it really dims the light too much. Anyways, I'm gonna take a break and come back to this because this is some stuff I really want to get down. I want to get this environment super nice. Yeah. I rather finish little by little the areas that I started, because it gives me more confidence to continue with the next one than just leaving things unfinished and continue. It's not a nice feeling. Yeah. This environment is gonna look super nice, super nice. And then, yeah, we have so much to work on. This little cave is still not finished at all. And again, the lighting was not like this. Oh no, what's happening? Let me see if I'm actually getting this right. Priority. Okay, now it says 1. Let's go. 10, 0. Doesn't change anything. Let's turn off the cave post-process. Actually, it looks much better with without the post-processing. That's funny. It looks much better like this. Yep. Wow. Well, lighting is gonna take me some time to get right, but I really like how it looks without the post-process. All right. I'm gonna take a break and come back and just fix these things, because I don't wanna advance too much without actually having these things fixed. It really need to get those things down before I continue. That's the best approach, I guess. Like, I don't want to add up too much, then it's too overwhelming, like, oh no, I need to fix 1,000 things. No, let's go little by little, fix everything that is not working, and then we can continue knowing that we have a solid project and everything's looking like we want. Wow, this jungle is actually Super interesting. This tree, it's too big. I kind of want to add it a little texture, just a little bit of texture. You see, like this kind of has a little kind of spots. I kind of want to add some little texture because it looks too flat. And this camp, I want to actually add more set dressing to it. Wow. Okay, let's just focus on one area and continue little by little. Yeah, that's the only way to go about this. Okay, just gonna play a little bit with the character. It takes like 10 seconds to load the game. Wow, the environment is getting huge. Like, we need to start using nanite now. Which is going to be a whole other process, because I know some props won't look nice. Nanite sometimes breaks the low poly assets, and they makes them weird sometimes. That happened to me a lot, and it makes sense. Like, nanite is designed to work with very high poly assets, not with low poly ones. But hopefully we can get rid of that issue, because nanite really helps with performance. Even though I found some videos saying that nanite does not help that much with performance, which is kind of confusing. But I need to make my research to see how much performance do we actually get from using nanite. And I don't really I cannot test that yet, because we still need all the game mechanics and everything. So when we have a better picture of what the game is going to be, now we can talk about performance. Now it's just a walking character in a big map. Okay, cool. This part over the I'm just trying to point the map on. It's funny. This big hill over the ruins, it's very bland. We need more rocks, we need more stuff there, because it doesn't really look that interesting. Ooh, we need mushrooms growing on that tree for sure. It's a dead tree, needs mushrooms for sure. That will look super good. All right, nice. I mean, I'm gonna do this right now before I forget. I wanna place some stuff here, because it really bothers me, like this empty area right there. It really looks not so nice. Here we need to break that down, maybe with a bigger rock like that. It holds the tree a little bit. Just that little piece right there breaks a little bit that gap. Now we have this zigzag composition again, like book between the rocks, like. And also here, I always like to add like little rocks in between the roots of trees. Kind of makes sense, like the tree like growing through the rock. Maybe not exactly like this, but alright, we got disconnected again. Nice. Alright, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm gonna take a little break and continue hopefully in half an hour or something, so we can get some